asked me a year ago if a 120 29er would be in my quiver, I'd tell you not a chance. How's it going? Great Agassiz here out in Utah. So I'd give you a little bike check on my following MB here. One of the things that makes this bike so fun and responsive is that 430mm rear end, 67.4 degree head angle. I keep calling it a sports car, and that's exactly what it is. This bike's actually completely stock other than the cockpit and saddle and pedals I got here from Chromag and the Sensus grips. Yeah, we got the 130 RockShox Pike up front and the Super Deluxe in the rear. We got the XO1 drivetrain, guide RSC brakes, the rear dropper post. E13 carbon wheels, and we're lacing those up with Minions DHF on the front and a DHR2, and just such a wicked combo, 2.3, just a perfect setup for this bike. Couple of deets we got here. I'm running 20 mils of spaces underneath the stem, and the bar height is 25mm. I'm probably at like 29 3/4, so not quite 30 inches. Don't ask how many millimeters that is. Tire pressure, yeah, I'm running about 28 up front and maybe 27 in the rear. And all our bikes, we have this flip chip down here. We got the low and X-low setting. I ran both setups on this bike. X-low was really fun. Basically turns this bike into a 29er slalom rig. But I flipped it back to low, steepens up that head tube angle just a little bit and raises the bottom bracket, but we're still quite damn low, so it's gonna just rail corners super well. Getting into rougher terrain on this bike, I mean, that Delta system just does its job. All that rough, gnar, chunder, it's just so supple at the beginning there, and then when I need to push into it, that bike just ramps up real nice, and I'm able to like suck down and get little energy boosts from these little, little nooks and trannies here and there, and it's just such a fun and playful bike. All right, so at the end of the day, don't get hung up on the numbers. This bike is an absolute party on the trails. I've thrown so much at it and just takes it time and time again. So this is kind of basically a new staple bike for me right here, the Evil Following MB.